ladies, gentlemen, and everyone that knows that true inspiration is impossible to fake. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Joke Net here on the 146-715 repeater. I am KE8PBL, your net control for the evening. My name is Nemo, November Echo Mike Oscar, and I am located in Denmark Township, where it is dark and stormy and pouring down rain and lots of wind, but that's okay, we're here anyway. Before I go any further, is there anyone that needs this repeater for emergency or priority traffic? Okay, nothing heard. If anybody does need the repeater for emergency or priority traffic, please break in at any time with break and your call sign. We will gladly concede the repeater for the duration of your emergency. This is the Wednesday Night Joke Net here on the 146-715 repeater. This is a directed net on all traffic should go through net control. Everyone with a valid amateur radio license is encouraged to participate. And for everybody else that's checking us out other ways, we appreciate you too. This is a 3-round net, so please stick around. You may miss something. And the purpose of this net, which meets every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., is to have fun making each other laugh, coming up with crazy punchlines for this week's joke. All right, let me take a quick break for time, and we'll finish the rest of this preamble. And with the station ID in there, I'm going to say that this repeater is owned and operated by the Ashtabula County Amateur Radio Club. It is an open repeater and available for public use. Obviously, you can get to this repeater via RF and the Echolink and Echolink. The repeater has a negative offset PL tone of 141.3 and an Echolink node of N8CT-L. Please treat the repeater like it's got a 2-minute timeout and allow for clean breaks between transmissions. Other than that, we are good to go. Let's start right into the list. We'll see who all's here tonight. Starting off at the top, we're going with Jeff, KC8LAR. All right, well, that was not him, but okay, we'll keep going. How about Ken, KE8YBN? All right, no Ken this evening. That's okay. We'll reach out to Wayne, Alpha, Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. Well, we might have a short net tonight, but with the storm and everything rolling through, and I don't blame a bunch of folks for securing their stations for the evening. But I'm going to keep on going. We'll reach out to Cleveland Heights. We'll see if Dave's around. K8TIE.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to go out and pull a wag on that movie thing. I'm going to take and figure one of the more impossible things was Interstellar. So that's my wag for a movie. K8TIE, logging in for the Wednesday Night Joke Net.
All right, very good. I'll log that guess, and it was a good one, that's for sure. We'll keep moving. How about Vito, Alpha, Delta 8, Oscar, India? All right, maybe he's going to be checking in with us a little later. We'll try Jim, KE8, LFR. Now, I know I heard him punch through the trees a little earlier, so we'll go down to Hiram, see if he's making it through the raindrops. W8KNO, Joe.
W8KNO here tonight.
Joe, you're sounding pretty good, considering there's still some leaves on the trees and there's a bunch of rain coming down. We got you in the log. Thank you for being here, sir. We'll go over to Canada. We'll reach out to our friend across the lake there, Victor Echo 6 X-Ray Tango Charlie Bruce.
Yeah, I'm way across the lake. Actually, you have to go over quite a lot of territory as well to get to me way out here in Alberta. But I'm doing okay. Coming in loud and clear.
Ah, you're sounding good here tonight. Let's see if Steve's around. K8 SAS. All right, no Steve tonight. We might have a small group, but that's okay. How about Matt, W8DEC? He checked in with us last week. All right, no Matt there. He must not be at his home base station. How about Alpha 8, Delta Lima? Drew, are you around tonight? All right, nothing heard from Drew. Hopefully he's doing okay. We'll try Ron, KC8, RJO. Okay, and rounding out my list, we'll talk about traveling territory and see if she's with us tonight. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, Victor, Oscar, Ruth Ann, are you in the group?
Indeed I am. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Victor Oscar. Might have to check out if I get a phone call, but I'm going to be here. Back to you.
All right, Ruth Ann, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. That rounds out the list as I have it. Is there anybody I might have missed or anybody who wants to check in? Please call.
Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
Wayne, I got you in there. Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Alpha Double Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
Wayne, I didn't hear a double in there, but I definitely got you in the log. Maybe there was somebody else and I wasn't listening. Please call KE8PVL. All right. Well, I guess the storm's got everybody sitting on their radios, hoping they'll hatch. So hopefully that happens and they'll all get new ones. Hey, look at that. All right. Thanks for being here tonight, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll get into this week's joke. All right. So this week's joke: why do vampires not want to become investment bankers? Why don't vampires ever want to become investment bankers? That's a long joke, man. These one-liners, they're getting longer and longer. But you know what? We'll just go down the list the way we have it. And we'll start off at the top with K8TIE. Dave, why don't vampires want to become investment bankers?
I'm going to have to guess that there's not enough blood money involved. KTA, back to net control.
All right, I like that answer. Not enough blood money involved. Very good. How about it, Joe? W8KNO, why don't vampires like to become investment bankers? Yep, gotta save it. They don't put it in the bank. I guess that maybe they put it in a blood bank. I don't know, but that saved their blood money. Got you in there on that one for sure. All right, we'll go down to Bruce, Victor Echo 6, X-Ray Tango Charlie. Why don't vampires become investment bankers?
I think it's because they're afraid they won't have any success.
No success. I'm getting some good answers tonight. I like that one. All right, how about it, Ruth Ann, KE8ZVO? Why don't vampires become investment bankers?
Well, I think it's because they don't want to be known as sucking the blood out of their investors. Back to you, KEAZVO.
All right, that's don't tarnish that reputation. Absolutely. Okay, Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. Why don't vampires become investment bankers?
There's going to reach a point where they suck everything out, so that's why they don't want to do it. There's not enough blood money.
All right, a bunch of people on the blood money kick tonight. That's a popular answer, and I don't blame you there. It's a good one. All right, that rounds out the list as I have it. We're a short group. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you coming in tonight. This is KE8PVL with the Wednesday Night Joke Net, and before I get into my answer for this week's joke, is there anybody else that wants to check in? Please call. All right, nothing heard. So the answer to this week's joke, why do vampires not want to become investment bankers? It's because they don't like stakeholders. Why don't vampires become investment bankers? Because they don't like the stakeholders. All right, that's my answer. But all those other answers were good too, and I appreciate everybody jumping in there with some good answers. All right, I think we're just gonna make the quick two announcements, and then we'll get into why everybody's really here. So hey, check out the Aries District 10 Ashtabula County Emergency Services Net every Monday night on this repeater 146715, negative offset PL tone 141.3, and Echolink node N8CT-L. Also every Thursday night at 8 p.m. is the Ashtabula County Amateur Radio Club's weekly net, so check them out too. Same time, same sandbox anyway, 146715. Same time too, but on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. So there you go. All right. If you got general announcements you'd like relayed here on the net, please feel free to drop me a line via the Wednesday Night Joke Net Facebook page, or just send me a text or whatever, and I'll do my best to get it up there. All right, that's it. Let me step out of the way. We'll get into why everybody's really here. We'll start at the top of the list. Dave, K8TIE, thank you for joining us tonight. What do you got for the group?
Well, I'm trying to get my fees paid to the FCC, which is running into some problems because of the shutdown. I've gone through some things that I got from AF1K. He sent a nice file of everything, but it was sent before the shutdown, and now some of the things that apparently I need to actually be able to call somebody out, I can't do that because of the government shutdown. So I've got some processes there. I've got a couple more days before I have to take and interrupt my hobby for a bit, but I'm hoping. Maybe Nemo can put me in touch with the VEs, because they had some way of accessing some of my accounts in order to update all my data on the licensing stuff. If that's the case, then I should be able to take and come up with a send it to my email password or something like that for the course. So those are my problems right now. It's kind of inconvenient. Okay, Tia, back to the.
All right. Well, as far as I know, all of that stuff is automated. So, if for some reason you can't get in there, I would imagine that you should just be able to click a link for the password recovery and even your username recovery for that matter. Um, just looking it up here myself. The only thing they're not processing is new license applications. Everything else is still functional as far as I know. So we'll just have to kind of see. The ULS system database license manager application currently the whole ULS system search application search currently unavailable, so that means you can't file applications or access license data, including address information. But my understanding is that renewals shouldn't be a problem. But hey, it won't be much longer before they put it back together and flip the switch, turn on all the stuff. It's really just for new licensing. That shouldn't be it. Anything else? Password resets are all automated. They're all done through automation now. So that shouldn't be an issue for you. But hey, we'll keep on moving down the list. We'll reach out to Joe, W8KNO. Thank you for punching through the leaves in the trees tonight. What do you got for the group? All right, very good. And one thing I did look at too, going back to the licensing issue, is I don't take my word for it. Do your own research on it. But I am showing something here that says if for some reason the license is expired during the shutdown, you'll be allowed to operate by FCC rules until the shutdown is over. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Plus, don't forget, you got 10 years on the renewal, but that is what it is. All right, well, thank you, Joe. Appreciate your comments, and thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry I'm distracted from that. But we'll go over to Bruce, Victor Echo 6, X-Ray Tango Charlie. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir. And what do you got for the group?
Well, I finally, after a lot of fiddling and diddling, I got the photos off of my smartphone, and I'm going to post them on Facebook about my antenna setup for the little field day that my friend and I did on Saturday. It sure was cold though, even though it was like 11 degrees Celsius, which is like 60-ish. It's still is cold, and sitting out there for a couple of hours, a person does get rather chilly. So I learned some good lessons, like dress warm and bring all kinds of connectors that you need, because I was missing one, and I'm kicking myself too. I should have used the solar panel to power the little QRP rig, but I'll do that next time, that's for certain. So I'm glad I got the photos. I can put them on Facebook and show them to everybody.
Oh, that's great. Actually, that's really awesome. And man, speaking of field days, I know our club here, the Amigos Radio Club Ashtabula, we're going to be doing winter field day not too much longer. So maybe we'll reach out to you. We'll tag each other and bag our call signs with each other. That would be great. All right, let's keep on moving. KE8ZVO, Ruth Ann, good to have you with us tonight. And what do you got?
Oh, hi there. I've been not on the air, but in the air, traveling, and finally back home after a week away. Then I have friends coming to visit till the end of the month, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's all for tonight. Back to you, KE8ZVO.
All right, very good. We'll keep on moving down the list. We'll go to Wayne, Alpha, Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
Good evening. Haven't been up to too much. Going to put up some panels on the deck in the back, and we have some heaters we're going to get put up too. Hopefully get some more once the wind calms down, of course. Once the maybe even be able to be outside a little bit longer in the fall there. Other than that, I haven't been up to too much. I was going to try to get that going today, but of course that's not going to be going. But it's fall. I actually like fall. It's one of my favorite times of the year. And usually fall means you really don't have too much background propagation weather-wise. Too much. The radio starts improving, which is always a good thing. Thanks, Nemo, for what you do, and thank you for the Jefferson County, Ashtabula County Radio Club for having us use the repeater. Alpha Charlie 8, Juliet, back to my control.
All right, very good. Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate you, man, and appreciate you being here tonight for sure. That rounds out the list as I have it. Is there anybody else who'd like to check in? Please call KE8PVL. All right, nothing heard. Well, I'm just gonna leave it with this. As of yesterday, really today too, there is a tropical storm down in the southern Gulf region. Right now, it's probably going over Jamaica. The hurricane watch nets are watching it carefully, and I believe some ham radio operators down in those southern states are looking very closely at where it's going because, well, it's probably going to test some ham radio operators with some emergency services down there, and I, of course, will do what I usually do during that time frame and offer to relay messages down that way. If it hits landfall, it hits the mainland. It does look like it might pick up a little bit of steam in the Gulf there and get up into Florida and maybe Georgia and Louisiana area. So that's something that's going on. Keep your eyes out for it on the Weather Channel. It's coming through, and it'll be a lot worse than this. They're reporting 115 mile an hour winds right now, and they're still only calling it a tropical storm. So maybe that's just because it hasn't reached like rotation. I don't know exactly why, but that could be it. So that's it. That's all I got. Oh, Melissa and somebody's writing me something. Tropical storm, Melissa. Yes, there's a big one down there. So check it out. Melissa's always are known for their fiery, stormy whatevers. All right, so I'll let you go, guys. We'll just cut it short tonight. Try and dodge some raindrops myself as the night goes on. But thank you everybody for checking in. Let me break for time before we go. Is there anybody who wants to comment? All right. Well, hopefully the hurricane watchers won't be too busy, and that tropical storm will disperse. All right. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. I'm going to put a bow on it. Appreciate everyone who checked in this evening, and without you, this night couldn't happen. Thank you everyone that listens via our other ways, and the Asheville County Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for keeping this repeater on the air and letting us be here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. This is KE8PVL, returning the repeater back over to normal amateur radio use, but without being remiss of thanking all of the people who are currently serving and retired from service to our country. Your sacrifices will not be forgotten. But hey, be good to each other, everybody. KE8PVL is clear.